boy.
Bro, don't be bringing me sticks to throw you, bro. What's wrong with you? Who you think I am? Don't try to say please, nigga. Be bringing me no stick to throw you. You ask first. Oh, you did ask first? Well, the answer is no. No, I ain't doing it. Summer's such a good dog, man. I know I say that all the time, but you gotta see what I mean. That's just a good dog. It's a good fucking dog. So much power, so much capability, and then to have that much control. I mean, he's still like he's almost 3 now, and when it comes to me, he still acts like a puppy. He's still, that, you know what I'm saying? He's still super uh, puppyish in our interactions between me and him. Love that dog. He's fire. The girl Moon, Moon has to teach Major because he's been trying to uh, he's been trying to be a little more dominant, testing himself with her. She's smaller than Soma, obviously, and she ain't out here with him every day. So every once in a while, he'll test her, and she's been just letting him kind of get away a little. Cause she's been giving him a little rope, but just now she just checked him, and he quit. You know what I'm saying? He immediately like, oh yeah, it's more than I asked for. So I'm happy to see her do that. I don't want to see her. I don't want her to think that she needs to avoid him. That's how Moon is. She's a good dog too. All the shit out there about Soma Moon. Moon's the same way. She trouble, then fuck him up, but she will fuck him up though. So, and right there, she just checked him, and I want to see her check him. I rather checking him goes further than avoiding it because she thinks she's gonna get in trouble. So that's what I want to see in that situation. But good girl Moon, communicate with him. I know she knows how to check him without it going too far back here. Then I'll handle that. I'd rather him learn that with Moon than with Soma because Soma would, I mean, in a matter of seconds, he do damage. Now, Soma's a good dog, like I said. I feel like I'd be able to stop Soma fairly quickly because of everything he's shown me so far. He's such a good dog. But at the same time, you just don't want to take that chance. So, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to take that chance. Why have anybody hurt or fucked up or, you know, or broken? You know what I mean? So, Gigi, what's happening? What's going on? Boy, wanted to do an exercise with them back here, but everybody got worked today. So, um, well, no, the puppies didn't. But I gotta hang up their spring pole right too, though. I gotta get that ladder tomorrow and hang up their spring pole. But the reason I ain't is because because they have worked a lot the last few days. Major swam the other day. I might take Couple for a good walk today. I might do Major because he needs some um, on his walk, but I'm just letting him chill for now. I might break out the spring pull later or have someone do some weight pull. I'm just letting him chill now. Boy, that's why someone's so dirty. That's all dirt off him. He went and he made, and now he's back here over in the dirt. He ain't growling at me. He's growling at Bubba. Right next to me. Bubba. What up, Bubba? Mate, come on, bro. You need Belarus, bro. Bubba. What's up, Bubba? What's up, Bubba? Mate, come on. Good dog. Good girl, Bubba. Moon is over here minding her business as usual. Baby boy. That's a good dog, bro. That's a good dog. What's up, Moon? What's up, mama? I'm gonna get y'all some more water. Welcome, go. Hey, boy. So that's this dog race in, in Alabama that I think I'm gonna do with Soma this year. I'm like 95% sure I'm gonna do it. If you're on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, go check out my Instagram story. You'll see what I mean. I'm like 95% sure I'm gonna do that with Soma this year. I might take Soma and Moon just because Moon can do all that stuff too. I gotta go read the rules and make sure I can bring 2 dogs. But it looks fire. It's like a 4 mile race, obstacle course. You gotta swim through mud and go through tunnels and all kinds of shit. I know Soma and Moon will do it. So I think I'm gonna take them. I wonder if they record it, like if they have like a drone that records it for you, or if you gotta have your phone out. You know what I'm saying? I wanna record it, but there ain't no way I'm gonna be able to have my phone swimming through mud and all that kind of shit. Swimming through puddles of mud, I should say. Major, no. Good girl, Bubba. Good girl. Don't come over here though. No, 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 no. Man, y'all just don't know. Yeah, these are such good dogs. So good. So good. The puppies are literally just puppies. You know what I mean? They're puppies and they are so good. By the time they're Soma's age, sheesh, by the time Soma's Moon's age, oh my gosh. They're gonna be such a good pack of dogs. already an incredible pack of dogs. Just I mean, compared to most people's pack of dogs, considering how dangerous they can be, considering their willingness to catch a hog, their willingness to stop a man, all four of them, and to be able to just be back here by themselves all day. Nothing gets look at this. Nothing really gets messed with back here. Nothing really gets tore up or chewed up. The puppies are, like I said, they're puppies. And then to just be, have no conflict with each other. There ain't even none of that kind of like the beginning stuff that you start to see. Dogs kicking their feet up after they pee or shit, or super possession issues, or trying to really take stuff from each other. There, I don't even have none of that. And those are the things that how bad packs, they start out like that. My dogs naturally just don't do that. Now, if they were, now I do expect it, right? You know what I'm saying? I have to expect it. In order to be a good owner, you got to expect them to do that kind of shit and be prepared to fix it. But I don't have to deal with any of that. Alex White, what's happening there? They're rogue wolves. I don't have to worry about any of that though. I mean, I can just have them back here all day long. If I hear a noise, somebody growling or barking, I mean, I'm super experienced, so I can tell the difference between play and all that kind of stuff. But you'll hear the dogs in the neighborhood go crazy. They'll be out here going crazy, and I'll come out here and look and check on my dog to see, make sure nothing's happening, and they're just back here just like this, chilling, quiet, not making a sound. Of course, if I get up and I start to get them, if I get them to working, if I put a spring pole out or something, of course they're gonna be loud, they're gonna be excited, running, all that stuff. But when it's time to just chill, this is what they do. Neffy, what's happening? So I breed rogue wolves. That's what these are. And when I started these dogs, I planned on them being a breed, and eventually they probably will be. Because I'm gonna line breed and inbreed. I'm gonna do that. But it's more of like a style of dog, a quality of dog, really. You know what I'm saying? This is a rogue wolf quality dog, and what I mean by that is these dogs can and do it all. You know what I mean? If you don't believe me, just go watch some videos. Yeah, I actually just took these two, just went hunting 2 weekends ago. Um, if you check me out on Instagram, Alex White, you can see. Hey, no, get over here. If you check me out on Instagram, Alex White, you can see their hunting videos. It's in my stories in the working folder. You'll see their hunting videos, but they are also doing really good in their training to retrieve fowl from water. You know what I'm saying? You can watch some of my videos of all four of my dogs doing that kind of stuff. No, some ago. Yeah, they can do it all. They'll catch hogs. They will find small game. They'll stop men. And they'll play frisbee, they'll play fetch, they'll swim, they'll retrieve in water, they'll run next to you on a bike. They will. I mean, these dogs do it all. They do it all, Alex. No, no, Summer, go. And that's what they are. You know what I'm saying? People ask me what breed are they? All that I just said. That's what they are. They're rogue wolves. But what that means is all of that stuff that I just said. And they'll still just lay on the ground and let my kids roll all over them if I wanted them to. Come on, Summer. No, they'll still play with my kids. They'll still soft with my kids. I also go check out my Instagram. I also got videos of my youngest son playing with my biggest, strongest dog the other day. Go, so I'm gonna try to get in my lap. He keeps wanting to climb in my lap. Give me some space, bro. Summer, come on. Well, never mind. You're all good. No, I don't want it. No, no. Moon lives inside. She's the dirtiest dog out here right now. First thing she does when she comes out here is roll over, go run in the dirt. Moon, go, get it. Go, get it. Go, go. She wants, Moon wants me to throw that. Bubba, chill out. Moon wants me to throw that stick because I think he was bringing it to me. Pink Swishers, what's happening? What's happening? Hell yeah, I got a new phone. Hell yeah, you can tell. That's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, everybody good, bro. Everybody good. Everybody good, bro. I'm so. I've been smoking on this for a while. I don't even know what it's called now. I don't forgot the name of it. It's hot in the sun. I'm in the shade right now. But yeah, we got some good wind going on. Be mad at me? You gotta go. But yeah, man, we all good. Everybody good. We just out here chilling, just talking shit. But shit like this is what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Someone give her a little low growl, telling her he ain't giving it to her just yet. Most people will hear that low growl and think something aggressive. But he can communicate with that low growl that I ain't gonna hurt you. I don't wanna, I ain't trying to do nothing to you, but I'm gonna enjoy this dick for a little while. And her, and she'll just stay right here and wait. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no aggression, there ain't no retaliation, there ain't no ill nothing between them two. And if you know these dogs, you know they get busy. They are hella capable of just some heavy damage. You know what I mean? And they don't even, not for a second, is there one sign that they might. You know what I mean? I'm not saying they never will, but before they ever do, you'll see the signs. You know what I mean? If you know what you're doing, before they ever do, you'll see the signs. They haven't given any of the signs yet. Major thinks he's tough, but he'll still quickly submit to Soma and Moon when he does too much, and they'll check him and then just move on. They don't even stay in that state of mind. It's like bang bang, quick little thing. They're out of it. Major's across the yard doing something else, and you know what I'm saying. That shit looks different when you got a pack of dogs that are gonna eventually um, have issues. And I'm not saying, Bubba, I'm not saying they won't have issues. I'm saying I'm a long ways from it. I think, and unless somebody comes into heat, I guess we'll figure out when somebody comes into heat really. But as of now, I'm a long ways from it, and that's dope for the puppies being so old. You know what I'm saying? Usually, a few months ago at least, you know what I'm saying, you would have saw something maybe, but it gets better and better every day. The Cerebrus Project, hell yeah, I'm on Instagram. It's the same name as this here. It's Rogue Wolf Project on Instagram. Go check me out, man. Check out everything that every these. So his mom, the black dog's mom, is 8, and I think I've been on Instagram since she was 2. So I got everything from the time she was 2 up until now is on my Instagram. I mean, a lot of it is on YouTube too, but for a long time I didn't use YouTube like that for real, for real. But yeah, I'm on Instagram. Go check me out, bro. Yeah, you can consider these F2s. Um, you can consider them F2s if you wanted to be like technical, but um, no, 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 no. My bad. These would still be F1s. These would still be F1s because their mom, even though she was the exact same uh, breed that he is, as far as like how she was put together, she wasn't related to them. So those puppies there would be F1s. But me personally, I really don't count it. I really like, you know what I'm saying. I don't, like I'll start counting it. So even when I take Soma to Hubble, that would be that would be a F2, right? Um, but until I get the exact um, phenotype and the exact everything else until the dog is exactly like I want it. You know what I'm saying? And then I can kind of duplicate that over and over. That's when I kind of plan on starting counting like F1, F2. You know what I mean? But but no, technically him to their mom was an outcross technically. And what I'm also about to do is, so another reason that I'm like I'll count all that shit later, because I'm gonna breed his mom this year, and I want to get, because he's so fire, I want to get more dogs like him. My initial thing was to get dogs like Major. Even though Major's younger than him, Major was kind of what I'm trying. Major's closer to what the everything that I'm trying to get to. But I'm gonna get more dogs like Major's dad, Soma, and I want to breed those dogs to Soma. You know what I mean? Um, so I'll do that, and then I got some other shit I got to do with these two, like taking her to Soma and taking him to maybe that dog that I get from Moon. Of course, this is a if everything goes right, I'll probably take him to the dog I got to Moon just to kind of get more of his type back into the line, because Soma, Soma to that Moon daughter is probably going to put more bulldog type back into the line. It's probably no, it's definitely going to put more bulldog phenotype back into the line. Those dogs are going to look just like him. Even though it's two times Moon, they're going to look just like him, I think. But and then I would have to, in order to kind of go back toward the phenotype that I'm looking for, if Major turns out to be super dope, which he is already, um, I would take him to the dog from Moon, and probably to those puppies from him and his half sister, to kind of get that phenotype, and then to him and her. It's gonna be it'll be something. But I'm nowhere near. I'm not even close. I got super super good dogs. I have incredible dogs, but I'm never nowhere close to being where I'm trying to be as far as starting to count F1, F2, and all that kind of shit. It's still a lot to see. Oh yeah, St. Louis is crazy, man. St. Louis is fucking crazy. If you and this goes for everybody in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been to cities that get busy where they get busy, but there might be people outside that ain't really like that. If you outside in St. Louis, it don't matter where the fuck who you are. If you outside in St. Louis, you know what I'm saying? They like that. They like that here in St. Louis. From the nicest person that you meet is dangerous in St. Louis. Hell yeah. I mean, to be honest, I say this all the time. The reasons that I created, so I made so much mom. I was doing pits for a long time before that, and the reason that I made so much mom is because I live in St. Louis. You know what I mean? Like, um, I need a dog that bites. You know what I'm saying? I need a dog that's gonna bite every time. I need a dog that's gonna bite on time, every time, no matter who it is. I could tell her. You know what I'm saying? I needed a dog like that. I created that dog because I live in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? And we had Corsos and other dogs doing like protection work and shit like that. But I didn't want like a huge dog. I had a band dog before, and he was super dangerous. He was fire though, but way too dangerous. I didn't want to. And plus, I couldn't. And I traveled a lot. I couldn't take him with me. Moon, I could take six of her with me. You know what I'm saying? I take all these dogs on one road trip in a car. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, St. Louis is the reason that I started making these dogs, because it's crazy. It's nuts out here. And again, I'm obviously I've been here a long time. I survived a long time. I don't expect nothing crazy to happen, but that's because I just know how to move. You know what I mean? But yeah, ain't nothing fun to do in St. Louis. You know what I mean? There ain't no beaches. There ain't no mountains. You know what I'm saying? We got Six Flags, but it'll go down to Six Flags too. You know what I mean? But yeah, ain't nothing to go outside and be joyful about here in St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? Even our parks are, you know what I'm saying? You know, they ain't shit. You know what I mean? They ain't shit. but say like Soma, you know, Soma is even though so I'm making dogs. I like Soma size. And he throws bigger dogs. Those dogs will be bigger than Soma, but they'll be still a good size. Um, but Soma just has too much fucking power to be doing personal protection. In my opinion, that's just too much power. Somebody's gonna get hurt for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And usually, it's not. It's not whatever's happening. Don't warrant what he's gonna do to somebody if he bites somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, so Bubba would probably be, or even Moon. You know what I'm saying? No. Bubba would probably be like a better size for that, in my opinion. She'll be big enough to stop somebody, but she won't do as much damage as Soma can do in one bite. And Major too. I mean, Major is vicious. That dog is vicious. This dog right here that's just laying here casually chewing this thing. That dog is vicious. I am not playing. That dog is no joke. He ain't no joke. Luckily, he don't bite as hard as Soma, um, but he does not like. So but even him, he could possibly be too big, cause too much damage. But I don't think he bites as hard as Soma. I only have to. I know. I guess that's the dilemma too in my mind. It's like people are going to want hard biting dogs, but if I'm going to be placing these dogs in people's hands and they're capable of that damage, and I know they're going to do personal protection, I probably shouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? I probably would keep the ones that bite that hard for myself, and kind of be careful when I breed them or who I breed them to, and keep the ones that just have really good bites but good intent. And those will be the ones that I'll give to people for personal protection. Because hell yeah, Soma would be overkill. Hell yeah. No, trust me. If you saw Soma, don't nobody. Yeah, you do not want to get bit by that dog. And when you see what he does when he's biting, and you see what he's willing to go through to hold on. You know what I mean? Like, hell no, you don't want no parts of that dog. You know what I'm saying? And let's say you break into my house. All you came to do was to steal my TV. You didn't know I was home, and you run into Soma, and now you're getting your arm amputated, or your leg amputated, or your face then got chewed off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit don't warrant that. You know what I mean? So, you know, I need to make sure that when I do like double up on Soma, that those dogs don't go to people who are trying to do personal protection. I'd rather those dogs go to people who kind of do hard work, or somebody who's super understanding of, like, what they got. Hell yeah, someone rip somebody goddamn arm off. Two two shakes, he gonna, you know what I'm saying, he gonna bite because his the pressure is hard enough, and then the power in his body, like, you know what I mean, like, he just, you know, no, he does not need to be biting nobody for no reason. It needs to be they need to be actively trying to kill somebody, and you still need to go and get him off, you know, if you can, because he's gonna tear them up. And when you get to court, the judge gonna say, "Well, did anybody die?" And you say no, and the judge gonna be like, "Well, this man ain't got no arms." You know what I mean? How we gonna justify that? They gonna put someone down. They gonna put him to sleep and probably lock me up, even though the nigga was in my house. Whereas Bubba, she couldn't do that unless she just held on forever. You know what I'm saying? She would have to hold. She would have to, she'd have to fight him forever. You know what I'm saying? And what would have like Major, his power in that is that, like I said, he don't bite as hard as Soma, but the intent is intensive. You know, and that's what will kind of get him, make him a good personal protection dog. Hell yeah, Dalmatians get busy. Them motherfuckers is like terriers damn near. Hell yeah. I done seen Dalmatians hog hunt. Honestly, man, honestly, how Dalmatians coyote hunt, them motherfuckers was doing all kinds of shit. Hell yeah, they are. When I was younger, when I first started training dogs, the trainers all hated Dalmatians because they were super high energy dogs. They hated Dalmatians and they hated boxers because if they were super high energy dogs. I haven't seen a Dalmatian in probably 20 years in person. Like I see some on Instagram doing some dope shit, but I haven't seen like a pet version of those dogs in like 20 years. But when I did used to see them, what I remember is they were super hyper dogs. I want to get me another dog that's not related to my dogs, but it's just hard trying to find a good one though, one that I really really like. And then I don't want to pay, you know. But yeah, it's just hard. But if any of y'all know an American Bulldog breeder, some dope American Bulldogs, I think that's what I want to get. Nah, everybody ain't got a dog in St. Louis. Hell no. Hell no. I do see more people with dogs these days, but when I grew up in St. Louis, if a black person had a dog, that motherfucker was outside. You know what I'm saying? I just started seeing like black people having dogs indoors in St. Louis. That shit just happened over the last 5, 10 years. You know what I'm saying? That shit just happened. But the whole time I've been here, hell no, hell no. You were kind of like the black sheep of the neighborhood or your family if you like, you know what I'm saying, when you had a dog, you know what I'm saying, when I grew up here, if you was black. On my street in Ferguson there was uh, my homeboy and his mom. They had a tiny little dog. That dog lived in the house. And I think, no, that dog lived on the porch. And if you rode your bike past their house every day, that motherfucker chased you, and they ain't do shit about it. You just have to run. And they knew the dog was out there chasing people. They knew, you know what I'm saying. They just put the dog outside. That's how that dog lived. It was a tiny little Yorkie type of dog, but they just left it on the porch. And yeah, yeah, everybody got guns instead of dogs. I'm the only nigga with a dog. Everybody else got guns for personal protection. But they knew that dog was on the porch and they left it outside and they chased people every day. You had to think about, damn, is that dog outside when you go past their house? And then there was another dude, an older dude. He was the only black dad on our street. He had a German Shepherd, and then he had a Chow Rock mix. But he had the kind of dogs that he would always be like, um, y'all can't pet them, and they lived on chains. They lived on chains. The German Shepherd lived on a chain up on the hill, and the Rot Chow mix was on the chain up on the hill. Every once in a while, them motherfuckers would get loose, and everybody be running like King loose. Everybody running for that motherfucker. I'll be up. I'll be. You can see it from the other block away. You can look down the block and you will see everybody down there running. You're like, oh shit, King done got loose again. He come outside, grab the motherfucker by the neck, and go put him up. And then let me see who else. Who else? And then other than that though, uh, I had a one homeboy. He had a pit. His dog lived outside. That dog lived outside no matter what the fuck was going on. It had like a, and it lived in. I mean, it had like a small ass space, but we all thought that. I mean, nobody thought shit about it. Come on, come on, come on, Major. Nobody thought shit about it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even go back there to look at the dog. You know what I'm saying? My my father had dogs, and his mom had. Hold on. Okay, my bad, y'all. But and his mom had dogs too. My granny. Um, but that, like I said, that was weird. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't normal. You know what I'm saying? That shit wasn't normal. he was looked at kind of like the person with the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Bubba, no. But yeah, no, I see more people with dogs now than I ever did, especially black people, especially black people in St. Louis. When I was in North Carolina, everybody had a dog in North Carolina. That shit was normal. But here, no, everybody. I mean, I can't speak for like white people in St. Louis, but as far as like black people in St. Louis, that shit just started happening, especially to have it inside. But my father, hey, come on. My father, for the most part, when I was growing up, for the most part, he lived in apartments. So his dogs did live inside. So that's kind of like where I got my exposure to inside dogs and my exposure to having to walk them. You know what I'm saying? Because I was young. He had pit bulls. I want to say, okay, the earliest I can remember was I was probably in sixth grade, and I probably would have been like 11 at that time. And so I'm an 11-year-old walking around the north side of St. Louis with pit bull, an adult pit bull. This is back in the days where the dogs walked on 2 feet because they pulled the whole fucking time. She gets on the back of her feet. He had two. Hey, Bubba, no! Pulling me, choking herself the whole damn time. It's stray dogs, it's stray cats. I'm letting her catch cats in the alley. You know what I'm saying? I'm letting her fight stray dogs in the school football field. Ain't nobody there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm 11. I don't know no fucking. You know what I'm saying? I don't know no fucking better. I knew how to break up a fight. You know what I'm saying? I knew how to. But 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 I had to walk that dog every day. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of where I learned bonding with. You know what I'm saying? And where I kind of got that kind of energy because I do with my dogs. If you're always active with my dogs, we always doing something. Yeah, but that's probably where that came from because he had inside dogs. But again, that shit was rare. And the second he got a house, them dogs moved outside. No, he kept them inside still. Yeah, he still kept them inside. But they did spend a lot more time, you know. And shit, you see a black person with a trained dog in St. Louis, that shit's even rarer. His dogs, you open the door, them motherfuckers take off. Pew! Second they can see a crack in that door. Gone. Yeah, niggas ain't have no trained tank dogs here. Hell no. All that shit's brand new. Except me though. My dogs always been dope. And they're just better and better and better. Nah, we got stray dogs in St. Louis. That's what you got to worry about. Well, so where I live in St. Louis now is nice. I ain't got to worry about none of that shit. I'm talking about old days. I'm talking about when I was young. Where I live at now is obviously nice. It's quiet. You know what I'm saying? I can have my dogs. People don't even really notice. You know what I mean? Um, but in the city or North County, it's stray dogs. I can go to North County right now and get an American Bully right now. Bring it back home. It's gonna be nice too. Nice structure, nice color, nice. You know what I'm saying? I can go get one anywhere in North County right now. I can go get one off the street. You gotta worry about that. You gotta worry about stray domestic animals. And when you go out to the country, yeah, we got coyotes in the country. But here, you gonna run into if you out walking your dog in the city and or the north side, and you're gonna run into or the west side too. Really, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna run into a stray animal. If you go super north, like almost to Illinois, you can run into like possums and badgers and raccoons. I mean, we got them over here too, but over there it's up kind of close to the river. So your dogs, if you into that, your dogs can hit raccoons and possums and all that kind of shit all day, every day. If you're into that. Go. Get off my stuff. No. No. Get back. Move. Come on, bro. Y'all hella disrespectful to my face. No. Yeah, that's how it is here. You can go in North County and find a nice ass American bully right now. Nice. Just walking the streets. Somebody didn't let that motherfucker go, or they didn't jump the fence, or broke off his chain. But if you leave it alone, it'll make its way home, or get hit by a car. Because we don't have packs of dogs, you know what I'm saying? It'll just be like, go, Bubba, go, go. It'll just be like, one, go, Bubba, go. Get out my face. No. Hell yeah, you cut it straight up. No, go. I got so many dogs that way. Like growing up, I got so many dogs where I could just, oh, it's loose. I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna get that. I just saw one yesterday. I was taking my son home. I just saw one yesterday, and I literally got into because where I live at now, you don't. But it was just in me because at that time, it's what you did if you was like me. You know what I'm saying? If you was a dog person like me, it was like, oh shit, I'm finna grab that motherfucker. And as soon as I saw it, the thought came to my mind. I can't do that now, obviously, with these dogs, but I don't even remember what kind of dog it was either. I don't even remember, but it was loose, and it must have looked halfway decent. No, we ain't got no packs of strays. No, it don't be like that. At least not. You know what I'm saying? No, no, we don't got no packs of strays. Not in the city. Maybe somewhere out in the country, but no, the city dogs will kill each other. Hell no. But yep, the dog get loose. Man, I done got whole litters like that. I remember this bully, um, white and blue. She was probably like today. Today she would probably be considered. No, she'd probably be considered a standard. But she was nice. She was fire. I had at home. I had pit bulls. I had two pit bulls, and I had one that was a killer. And and this bully just came walking down my street, gorgeous. I mean, white and blue, muscular, super good shape. I mean, just nice dogs. Happy, good dog came right up to us, and she had two fully blue puppies. This is back when that shit was like popular, when you could sell a blue dog for hella money. And that's what I did. I picked her up. I picked her up. I called my homeboy who I knew he would buy one of the puppies. I called him. He came and bought one of the puppies. I called my other homeboy. He bought another one, and then I just gave the mom to my friend. Nobody ever came looking for that dog. Nothing. But you could do that shit all the time. You could do that shit all month long. Sell it on Craigslist. Ain't nobody looking for that thing. If they do say they looking for it, then come and get it. You can have it. But yeah, no, yeah, they don't want that motherfucker back out here. They ain't if it come home, it come home. If it don't, it don't. You know what I'm saying? Because the dogs don't even be having collars on. No, go. One time I I had a dog that she got taken. She got taken from me, and she had been taken for like she had been gone for she had been gone for like 3 or 4 months or something like that. And I was just like, man, I'm never gonna get that dog back. One of the best dogs I ever had. I'm thinking like, man, I'm never gonna get that dog back. One day I'm just like scrolling Craigslist and I see what looks like her. I'm like, man, that looks like her. And I call the number and my homeboy pick up. I'm like, bro, I'm like, hey, is that my dog on Craigslist? He was like, bro, I thought that was your dog. He was like, I told him the story how she got taken, and he called the people who had her. You know what I'm saying? He put me in contact with them. They was like, yeah, they were trying to sell her. It was like, yeah, come on and get her. You know what I'm saying? But I'd have to pay for her to get back with. When I got there, they was like, they was like, I called her. I said, come. And I was outside, and she got up and she came to me, right? And they were like, oh yeah, she must be your dog because she won't let us pet her, and she keeps killing our other dogs. but but they were going to keep her. You know what I'm saying? If I wouldn't have came, they probably would have kept her. You know what I mean? So, but that's what it's like here in St. Louis. Like the people here, like the dog people here, or that's what it was like back then in those days. The dog people here was like rare, and most of them were strange. You were like a black sheep if you were black and you had dogs, especially in your house. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Dog trafficking is real. I could literally go to North County right now, find me an American bully, come home, give it a bath. Be fine, baby. Come home, give it a bath, and go to Instagram and sell it for $1,500 right now. right now. right now. And I'm not saying like that's a what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's is that like what I'm saying is I'm that sure that there's a nice dog walking around North County, St. Louis right now, um, stray. I'm that sure. It's almost 30 as fuck. Being able to pet both of them like this, no issues, no problem. Nobody even thinking about doing nothing to the other. There ain't a muscle twitch or like a tense second, nothing. The dogs, like go, nothing. Eh, a lot. I don't know. I don't know. They do get ticks. I don't know what's a lot. I mean, they probably get one a month, but that's because we be out. We be doing shit. You know what I'm saying? We be outside. They'll be swimming. They'll be like we'll go through a woods to get to a creek, or we be out and hiking, or you know what I'm saying? Like in the summertime, probably like one a month. But we normally find them pretty fast and get them off. Need to go take somebody for a walk. I don't know who though. I gotta work on some shit with Bubba and Major too. I want them to be off leash. When I took them hunting last weekend, I had to have them on leash until they saw the hog, because they would try to get to the other dogs and the people. They would try to fuck everybody up. Hey, Major. They would try to fuck the people up and the other dogs that were there. So I gotta take them on some walks to kind of start breaking that because there's other dogs outside, so they'll be trying to and they'll walk past other dogs if other dogs ain't tripping. But if the other dog get close to them, they trip. They go crazy. And I want to take them on some walks because I know that'll happen, and I can break it or address it. My Gerald. No, something. Come on, bro. Oh, don't steal my shit, bro. What's wrong with you? Come on. Let's hit that dog right there. So get out the way, bro. This ain't about you. Moon, stay. Moon, stay. No, stay. What do you think I'm saying? Stay. What are you doing? Yeah, Soma don't. I can walk past dogs. I can walk past people. Soma ain't gonna trip. He'll just keep moving unless the dog trips. Go, Major. Bubba, no. Soma don't trip unless that dog trips. But Bubba, shut up. But I can walk them past people. And the puppies like that too. I can walk them past people too. They don't really have a problem unless the person tries to pet them or something like that. But it's really um, it's really the dogs. I really want them to kind of stop doing that shit with dogs. Like I was saying earlier, I do live in St. Louis where you will encounter stray dogs, but where I live at now, I don't really. It's not like that. And I'll never. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying. I'll never live um, anywhere where there'll be a lot of stray dogs. So I really don't have a need for them to be so dog aggressive. They get and Moon and Summer. Um, they ain't like dog friendly, but they ain't dog aggressive. The puppies though, the puppies are dog aggressive. If the dog is close, they ain't going across the field to go do nothing to the dog, nothing like that. They ain't gonna do nothing. Like I could be out playing with them, and there could be a dog on the other side of the field, and they'll be just fine. They'll leave it alone, but um, they'll ignore it. But if it comes on, if it comes near them, then it's gonna get killed. And I want them to be able to just, you know, chill. They ain't gotta be friendly, but you know what I'm saying. They gotta be able to just mind their business. Yeah, I could break up. Once they got a hold of each other, yeah. I mean, if they still wrestling, trying to grab each other, then I mean that's kind of, you know, that's dangerous. You know what I mean? But if they got a hold of each other, then it's easy to break it up from there. I would just put a leash on one, right? Because if they holding each other, they ain't gonna come off of each other to bite you. I would just put a leash on one of them, um, tie that leash to whatever is closest thing to me, and then go and just choke them, you know, choke them off of each other by their collars. Now, if you don't got no collar on them, then you're gonna have to try to get a leash around their neck, um, and do it with leashes. You know what I mean? But that's one reason that I keep collars on my dogs when they out here loose. Like Moon won't have a collar on sometimes, but the outside dogs they always have collars on. just in case they ever do get into a fight, I can um, choke them off of each other um, once they kind of holding each other. I can just choke them off. Or if one's holding the other, I could just grab them and choke them off. And what I mean by that is, come here, someone. What I mean by that is the collar right here. So, not that's not why this is here, but it does help. What I would do is I'll just hold the collar about right here and just pull up right there, lift him up, and he'll eventually let whatever's in his mouth go. He's all right, y'all. He's all good. He'll eventually let it go. He'll either let it go or he'll pass out. The only way that dog should pass out is if he thinks he is in like a life or death situation, or it's just a mean ass fucking. No, don't put your finger up the dog butt. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, if you want to, I mean, what I'm saying, if you want to, but you can't just choke them off. I always say, I don't know. You never know. But yeah, I just leave collars on mine, so that way, if it ever happens, I can just grab them. Yeah, I don't know. I got theory, something weird, dude. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know for real. I don't know. Like I do, you know what I'm saying? I do wonder who was the first person that said, "I bet this will work," and what was the other people who watched him do that? What was their reaction? I think I would just be scared it didn't. I would be afraid that it didn't work. You know what I mean? Like I would be afraid. I would go over there. I'll put my finger in the dog's butt, and the dog will keep fighting. Why? They would be like, "Why did you do that?" Then you just did it. Nobody's gonna remember the fight. Yeah, bro. I don't know. You know he did. You know he did. He was waiting for an opportunity to do that shit, bro. That shit did not come out of nowhere. He been wanting to put his finger in the dog's butt. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 'Cause what if it don't work? You know what I mean? It's like, what are you doing? Go. I feel like there are 10,000 other acceptable options to breaking up a dog fight. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll get with y'all next time.